Welcome to the ACA IELTS series.
Welcome to this IELTS speaking predictions for May 2025. Whether you're preparing for the academic or general training version, this video is designed to get you test ready with real predicted questions, native style responses, idiomatic phrases, and practice tasks with sample answers. So grab a notebook, find a quiet space, and get ready to improve your fluency, coherence, and confidence. Let's dive right into part 1, the introduction and interview. Goal reminder. Be natural. Be clear. Be you. In part 1, the examiner asks general questions about familiar topics, your hometown, daily life, hobbies, or work. This part is your warm-up. You're expected to speak comfortably and personally, not like a textbook. A good rule is to respond with 3 elements: a direct answer, a reason or explanation, a personal example or detail. Let's look at 2 predicted topics for May 2025 and how you can answer them naturally. Topic 1, work or study. Topic 2, morning routine. Work or study question. Do you work or are you a student? This is a very common first question. Don't just say, "I'm a student." That's too short. Add some details to show fluency and vocabulary range. Sample answer. I'm currently a university student majoring in software engineering. I chose this field because I've always been fascinated by technology and how apps work behind the scenes. I'm in my final year now, so things are getting intense with my thesis project and job hunting. Some useful terms used in the answer. Major means your main subject. Final year means the last academic year. Thesis project means a final research paper or project. Career path means future profession. Tip: don't memorize perfect answers, just structure your ideas and speak naturally. Morning routine. Question: do you usually wake up early? Again, don't just say yes or no. Use idiomatic expressions to sound more native. Sample answer. I'm more of a night owl, honestly. But during the weekdays, I force myself to wake up by 6:30 a.m. because I have classes starting at 8. On weekends, though, I enjoy sleeping in and recharging my batteries. Idioms used in answer. Night owl means someone who stays up late. Sleep in means to wake up late. Recharge my batteries means to rest and regain energy. Tip: using idioms shows natural fluency, but don't overuse them. Choose relevant ones. Now here's a practice task: tea or coffee? Here are the instructions. Now it's your turn. Practice speaking for 30 to 40 seconds using this structure. Number 1. Your direct answer. Number 2. A reason. Number 3. A short story or personal detail. Here's the question. Do you prefer tea or coffee? Now it's your turn to answer. Erase the answer. I prefer coffee, especially in the morning. It gives me an energy boost and helps me concentrate. I usually grab an iced Americano before class, kind of my little ritual. Break down points for strong answer. I prefer equals direct answer. Energy boost and concentrate equals reason. Iced Americano before class equals personal touch. Try these Part 1 questions at home. What kind of music do you enjoy? Do you prefer reading books or watching movies? What do you do on weekends? Speaking tip. Speak like you're chatting with a friend, natural tone, clear words, no pressure to be perfect. You're scored for how well you communicate, not for having fancy vocabulary. Summary of Part 1. 3-part formula. Answer directly. Explain why. Add a personal example. Use vocabulary related to you, your studies, your routine, your interests. Coming up next. Now let's tackle the cue card in Part 2, where many candidates get nervous, but I'll show you how to master it with a simple storytelling technique. Part 2, the long turn, cue card. Goal. Speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic. No stopping. No corrections. Just keep going. This is where many students feel nervous, but you don't have to be. Part 2 is your chance to tell a short story. You get a cue card, 1 minute to prepare, and then you speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Here's how to ace it using our proven 3-step method. 3-step cue card strategy. Break the card into 4 parts. Add a short story or memory. Use time linkers plus feelings. Time linkers examples. A few years ago. At that moment. Since then. What happened next was. Feeling phrases. I felt really proud. Honestly, it was quite embarrassing. It made me feel accomplished. Erase a predicted cue card topic. Describe a happy childhood memory. Discussion prompts. Where it happened. What you were doing. Who was with you. Why it was memorable. Before you speak, note down key points. For example, family trip, beach, played cricket, cousins, felt free, no stress. Prepare your notes. Here's how to answer. One of my happiest childhood memories was from a summer vacation about 10 years ago. My family and I visited a beautiful coastal town in the south of the country, and we stayed at a beachside cottage. Every evening, my cousins and I would head to the beach, where we played cricket until the sun set. I still remember the sound of the waves crashing as we ran barefoot on the sand. It wasn't anything fancy, but the simplicity, laughter, and freedom made it unforgettable. Even now, thinking about that trip brings a big smile to my face. Breakdown of the strong words used in the answer. 10 years ago, used in the answer is a time linker. My cousins and I is the detail plus people in the described situation. Brings a smile to my face is the feeling during the situation. Use natural transitions to keep the flow while speaking. So what happened was. I clearly remember that. To be honest. It's time for a practice cue card question. Describe a person who inspired you when you were younger. You should say who the person is, how you knew them, what they did, and explain why they inspired you. Plan your notes. And speak now. And now let's check the answer. Here is a Band 9 model answer. One person who truly inspired me when I was younger was my high school English teacher, Mrs. Fernando. I first met her when I was about 14 years old, during my first year of secondary school, and she taught us for almost 3 years. What made her stand out wasn't just her deep knowledge of literature, but the way she made every class feel like a story. She had this unique way of connecting Shakespeare or old poetry to real-life situations, which was fascinating and, honestly, life-changing for me at that age. But more than her teaching style, it was her attitude that inspired me. She believed in each of us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. I remember one time, I completely messed up a class presentation. I forgot my lines and stood there in silence. Most teachers would have moved on or gotten annoyed, but she just smiled and gently encouraged me to try again. That small gesture made me realize the power of kindness and patience. She also ran a weekly speaking club after school, which I was hesitant to join because I was shy. But she persuaded me to come just once, and I attended every week after that. It's where I gained the confidence to speak in front of people, which is why I'm comfortable speaking today. In short, she inspired me not just academically, but personally. She made me believe in growth, hard work, and the idea that even quiet students can shine if they're given the right support. Tips applied in this answer. Storytelling with a clear structure. Emotion and reflection. Good use of vocabulary, example, fascinating, life-changing, persuaded. Natural linking devices, but more than that, I remember one time, in short. Fluent delivery without sounding memorized. Don't worry if you pause a bit or say, that's natural. What matters is that you keep going and stay on topic. Always turn your cue card into a mini story with emotion, not just facts. Part 3, Follow-up discussion. Goal. Give thoughtful, developed answers with reasons, examples, and comparisons. In Part 3, the examiner will ask deeper questions based on your Part 2 topic. These are more abstract or opinion-based. You should give longer answers, around 4 to 6 sentences, using logic and vocabulary for discussing ideas. Use the REL method. R equals respond, give your opinion. E equals explain, why do you think that? E equals example, real or hypothetical. L equals link back or compare. Here are the predicted topics for discussion questions. Topic 1, Childhood and Influence. Topic 2, Inspiration and Role Models. Childhood and Influence. Let us discuss the question, do you think children today have more freedom than in the past? Here is a model answer. Yes, I do think children today have more freedom, especially when it comes to technology and lifestyle choices. In the past, kids had stricter routines and more limitations from their parents. Nowadays, they can choose their hobbies, watch content online, and even attend virtual classes. For instance, many kids now learn music or languages through YouTube, which wasn't possible before. Of course, this freedom also brings distractions, so it's a double-edged sword. Let us look at some of the key points used in the answer. Yes, I do think, it states the clear opinion. In the past, here is a comparison. For instance, stating an example. Double-edged sword and advanced phrase. Idiomatic language suggestions. It's a mixed blessing. The pros outweigh the cons. There's a trade-off between freedom and discipline. Topic 2, Inspiration and Role Models. In this topic, let us discuss the question, What qualities make someone a good role model for children? The sample band 9 model answer. I think the most important quality is integrity, someone who practices what they preach. Kids learn by watching, so a role model should lead by example. Apart from that, kindness, consistency, and patience really stand out. For instance, a teacher who treats every student fairly and encourages questions naturally earns respect. These kinds of people help shape a child's character, not just their skills. Pro tip: use phrases like lead by example, practice what they preach, earn respect through actions. Here is a practice task for you. Do you think schools should focus more on creativity or discipline? Now it's your turn to answer. And now it's time to check your answer. Given is a sample model answer. That's a tricky one, but I'd say both are important. Creativity encourages students to think outside the box, which is essential in today's world. However, discipline provides structure and helps students stay focused. Maybe schools should strike a balance, allowing room for imagination while maintaining clear boundaries. That way, students can grow both emotionally and intellectually. In fact, some of the most successful education systems promote project-based learning while also emphasizing time management. Creativity without discipline can lead to chaos, while discipline without creativity can feel restrictive. So a well-rounded approach really prepares students for real-world challenges. You've just completed a full walkthrough of the IELTS speaking test, from quick Part 1 answers, to storytelling in Part 2, to thoughtful opinions in Part 3. Let's now lock in the key strategies and give you some last-minute power tips. Quick recap. Part 1, be personal and natural. Use the 3-sentence rule, answer, reason, example. Use idioms and phrasal verbs where appropriate. Smile and sound relaxed, it's a conversation, not a quiz. Part 2, tell a story. Use your 1-minute prep to create a timeline or bullet points. Speak for 1.5 to 2 minutes using time linkers, emotion, and detail. Don't panic if you make a small mistake, keep going confidently. Part 3, think deep and expand. Use the REL formula, respond, explain, example, link. Use comparisons and advanced connectors. In contrast, that being said, a common misconception is. Bonus tips to boost your score. Number 1, practice with a timer every day. Just 15 minutes a day with your phone's voice recorder can make a huge difference. Focus on fluency, not perfection. Number 2, listen and shadow. Watch native interviews on YouTube and mimic the way they speak. Try shadowing their rhythm and tone. Number 3, focus on fluency and coherence. Don't worry about fancy words. Instead, make sure your ideas are clear, connected, and confidently delivered. Number 4, use native fillers smartly. Let me think for a second. That's a great question. Honestly, I've never thought about that, but these buy you time and show natural conversation skills. Number 5, build a phrase bank. Collect 10 go-to phrases for describing people, giving opinions, or sharing experiences. Practice using them naturally. Now it's your turn. Pick one cue card from this video and record yourself answering it. Then, listen back and note 3 things. Did you sound natural? Did your story flow logically? Did you show emotion and examples? And hey, if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below with your practice answers or questions. We're here to help you reach your Band 8 Plus goal, and we believe in you. This is ACA Global YouTube channel, helping you speak smarter, sound natural, and succeed in IELTS. See you in the next lesson. Keep speaking, keep improving.